What's up, everybody? It's your boy Richie Casual from thecasual.co, and welcome to Versus, where we put two brands, releases, drops, designers, pretty much anything we want against each other and decide who comes out on top. Now, this is not objective. I'm not gonna be nice about it. This is all me until I get somebody in here to argue with. So, there. And we begin this week with two heavyweights. It's like championship bout, like Tyson versus Holyfield, Godzilla versus King Kong, Goku versus Vegeta. It's for throwing a bone out there for you guys. This is Supreme versus Bape. So let's get it. Supreme, we don't talk about it enough, right? I mean, with a legion of followers around the globe, we've nearly ignored it on this channel, but no more. James Jebbia's brand has cemented itself as the de facto greatest streetwear brand of all time, and has trumped even high-end luxury brands for being the most resold brand in the world. Its collabs legendary, its followers voracious, and its logo is pretty much the new holy grail. But is it still dope though? Thing is, Supreme is also the brand where hypebeasting was cultivated, and whether you like it or not, that aspect of street culture is here to stay. But even though Supreme started as a brand specifically for skaters, that can no longer be considered the case. You don't even have to be a part of skate culture to like it. And many just like it because it's Supreme. They don't even know why. They can't give you an explanation. They just do. And as a result of the frenzy, it's just hard to get a hold of. Besides the hype, what makes Supreme special is how it effortlessly threads the needle between pop culture and the hype, using images of said pop culture to fuel its unspoken mantra. The problem now is that the hype is now overshadowing the brand, and pieces are beginning to become more like collector's items rather than actual stuff you wear, which kind of defeats the purpose of buying clothes. While it probably doesn't spell downfall for the brand, more savvy heads will probably begin to start shying away when they realize it may not be worth it anymore. I mean, when a box logo tee here in Japan can go for $900 USD, then you know the proverbial shit has hit the fan. But to a lot of fans, that's normal, and if Supreme continues to collab with more and more exclusive brands, you can forget the sky, the damn universe is the limit, because it's Supreme. It just does what it wants, like sell you bricks. A bathing ape in lukewarm water, commonly referred to as Bape, started by Nigo in 1993 and designed almost entirely by Skate Thing. Well, at least the logo and any piece that's important. In the past, Bape was the heir apparent to the street fashion crown, outshining Fragment and Good Enough before it. Bape gave Japan a taste of urban culture the likes of which it had never seen. After getting a cosign from Pharrell Williams and Kanye West, Bape would cement itself as the top street fashion brand in Japan, and eventually all of Asia. Known for its camo-infused pieces and shark hoodies, Bape is commonly associated with the image of Japanese fashion in the West, for better or for worse, and is well documented to collaborate with everyone, be that Comme des Garçons, Hello Kitty, Coca-Cola, or even Dragon Ball. But after Nigo sold it to the Hong Kong conglomerate IT, some claim it's a shadow of its former self, regurgitating designs that don't have the classic appeal they used to. But that doesn't stop Bape from remaining a powerhouse in street fashion. Till this day, rappers, influencers, and hypebeasters alike still clamor over the ape, and that comes with its own share of problems because it also happens to be one of the most notoriously replicated brands on the planet. I mean, it's pretty bad, so much to the point that there are entire groups on Facebook, Reddit, Twitter dedicated to so-called legit checking. And that's a big problem for any brand, let alone Bape, but it doesn't stop it from selling like crazy. But Bape still maintains its status, although its past often catches up to it, with OGs of the brand frequently criticizing its releases. But it still holds enough clout to pump out the occasional classic and still continues to open stores and vendors worldwide. So those are the two contestants, but who do I pick in this battle of brands? Will it be the giant Supreme or the Japanese giant Bape? That's right! That's right, I just flipped that upside down like Will Smith making pancakes on the South Pole. That's a terrible, terrible pun. Terrible joke. I know I'm gonna catch a whole lot of heat for this, being a Tokyo resident and all, but it just makes sense for me personally. Supreme is just cleaner, has better collabs, and way more consistent. And in these kind of battles, you need someone who is objective. And being that I don't own not one piece from Bape nor Supreme, I have to go on merit, the collections, and the pieces. Bape banks on its camo and shark hoodies. That's just the truth. Supreme, on the other hand, just has a better spread, and whether you like it or not, Bape's camo is just too loud for most occasions. Supreme, on the other hand, has the potential to be worn anywhere, whereas Bape has to be worn like it's an event, like you're really trying hard to flex. That's not saying that you are, but Supreme gets that done with the box logo tee. You have that tee, you're wearing a dope fit to almost anybody. And the same can't be said for Bape. It's still relevant, but simply doesn't have the wider appeal. In all honesty, if Supreme weren't so hyped, I probably would give it a whirl. Maybe. It's debatable. But in Tokyo, Bape is pretty much an afterthought for the Japanese or anyone living in this country surrounded by fashion and brands for an extended period. Mainly, Bape is picked up by Chinese and Taiwanese resellers, and that's just the reality. To further the point, there are less than stellar drops by Supreme, and people gripe about it, they hang their head down, but there are some questionable drops by Bape, and it infuriates fans who love the brand for its roots in eccentric urban style. So it really comes to no surprise of the result of this battle. In my eyes, and to be frank, it's not really that close at all. The winner is Supreme with 2 rounds to 0. So that's my take, but I know there are some people out there that completely disagree. So let me know what you think in the comments. And I know this is gonna be hard for some people out there. You're just so pent up about your brand, but you can actually disagree without hurling insults, unless that's what you want to do. It says more about you than it says about us. I mean, just say something. And if you want to see more verses like this, go ahead and say those in the comments too. It could be 2 designers, 2 brands, 2 drops, anything, just let us know. And stay updated with us by following us on social, but most importantly, keep it locked right here for more on international street fashion and culture from Tokyo. Subscribe if you haven't already, and keep it casual. It's your boy, Yoroshiku onegai shimasu, and we out.